early. So I rushed over here and started my live. I wasn't supposed to start until 6, but that's okay. Uh, we can get started. Say, hey, Rachel. I just went ahead and started early. I hope, yeah, all my stuff is loaded, so that worked. It's the first time I've ever done that. Well, I hope everybody will come on over and not wait until 6 o'clock. But whatever is fine. Do I sound strange? I sound strange to myself. I feel like my uh, ears are stopped up or something. This change in the weather with it getting really cold all of a sudden has just wreaked havoc. I've been chilly all day long. So, welcome in. I looks like Jade didn't stay. The district's doing something new. You don't see everybody on the chat um, like you used to. Rachel, do you know what's happening? Are you over on Are you over on? You're not on YouTube. You're here. You're not sure. Have you noticed a difference that things look different on the screen? Maybe it's just my imagination. Um, but anyway, so they are starting to change up the screen. And so, well, yeah, well, I'm sure whatever they're doing is good. And I look forward to whatever it is. I just hope that they get to the place to where we can bookmark people's shows and tag people while you're in a show. Tag people, just live right here on the screen. That would be awesome because just some folks just get busy and forget. I'm one of them. Um, well, it's just you and me chatting here. I think it's showing 3 up there, but I only see your name. Um, we'll just chat for a little bit longer until um, at least 1 or 2 more get in here. Um, so y'all've got snow. You've got snow up there. I can't believe it. Well, there's somebody over on YouTube. All that stuff. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm Pack Rat Queen, and we got started early, sort of accidentally, and so not everybody I think is aware that I have gone live yet. So we're just kind of messing around here before I start showing anything. So all that stuff, just hang in. But listen, if you'd like to bid on anything tonight, you're welcome to stay in YouTube and just watch. But if you'd like to bid on anything, you need to come to, and I think this is right, uh, www.lilyworksjewels.com. Rachel, is that right? Since we've converged everything, is that okay? Um, so over on YouTube, you need to come to this website, and that is district, and it's going to ask you to join district, which is real easy to do. You just sign up. I think you may have to leave them a credit card number or something, so that if you do bid, they can handle the billing part. But it's real easy to do. I'm sorry, but you're too young. Oh, well, all that stuff. I'm nearly too old to be doing this. I probably could be your granny. Well, you just stay there in YouTube and be sweet, okay, and watch. But you're gonna see a bunch of um, things tonight that have to do with nature's beauty. So you're welcome to hang out and watch this live auction. It's probably just going to be a bunch of old ladies, but that's okay. Hey, I don't never know if it's Amy or Sean that's saying hello to me. Uh, so You identify yourself, Amy. Is it you or is it Sean? Is it you or trash can? Spill the tea, spilt tea, or trash can? You're welcome to stay and watch all that stuff. Okay, you might see something you enjoy, and you tell your parents about it. If you see something you want to buy for a Christmas present, you could tell your parents, and maybe they could come on to district and help you out. Well, I'm glad to see it's Amy. All right. Well, listen, I think I saw Marissa come popping in. I don't know if she's still with us. We're gonna give it another minute or two. I wasn't supposed to start until 6 o'clock, but and I only see Rachel and you, Amy, in here. I think we're the only ones in here. Oh yes, there's Marissa. Hey, Teal Chickadee. Well, I'll go ahead and start showing my items, and if I end up having to show them again, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. But look here, I was gonna eat some supper. That was my supper for tonight. What do you call those? They look gross, don't they? They're Mexican. They're real spicy, and they are so good. But I guess I'm not gonna get to eat them since I had to come on early. Well, let's see. What is my first item here tonight? Oh, it's this. It I figured everybody was going to be doing jewelry for this nature's beauty, and maybe we were supposed to do jewelry. If we were, I guess I've messed up. But I just went around my house and in my inventory, and everything that had flowers or something floral, quit, cat, on it. I picked it up, and this puzzle is in a box of puzzles that of my favorites, especially this Cobble Hill. And I have worked it, so it's a used puzzle, but it reminds me of being in Italy, or maybe somewhere probably in France, this particular scene. But the way the plants would just grow up and over everything. And in Italy, the climate is such, and I don't know about France, but the flowers are like year round. It doesn't ever really get cold enough to frostbite the plants. So this is, to me, when I think of nature's beauty, I remember my days of living in Rome and sitting and having a cappuccino and a croissant, for breakfast, and enjoying all the beautiful bougainvillea and plants. And so I've got this puzzle for $2, and I'm going to start it running. Even though it's just, well, it's showing I've got 12 in here. Well, hello, everybody. I guess you've noticed my show's starting early. I wasn't supposed to start until 6, but that's okay. We're going to proceed right on. Um, and it looks like I've got a bid on this. And it's Rachel. Awesome. Okay. And 1 second. And it looks like, Rachel, uh, you have won this. You will, if you actually are going to work it, you will enjoy this puzzle. It's got lots of neat detail on it, and so I'll put that aside. Yay! Well, you broke the ice for me, and you know how that is when you have somebody to break the ice. It's like, yay! I want to shoot off fireworks and all of that good stuff. I have got a full stage here tonight, and it's all stuff that has to do with nature, but I haven't got a bit of jewelry, so I hope y'all not going to be disappointed. You're so welcome. Thank you. All right, well, let's see. My second item is this mug right here that I just I absolutely love this mug. And, Rachel sells teas, and I've ordered some from her. I don't know if it's come yet or not. I can't wait to get it. It was that coconut matcha. It's something I'm not familiar with. It's a tea. It's kind of, I think it's like a chai tea. But anyway, I collect mugs, and so I'm looking forward to having that matcha. There we go. I said it right. I can't believe it. Um, I can't wait to have a hot cup of that in a big old mug. But y'all, look at this mug. Look, first of all, right there. There it is, right there. And you can see it's got flowers all over it. This is definitely a girly mug. And it says Kindred Spirits, two amazing forever friends. Now, y'all, this isn't vintage, so don't fuss at me. But it when I saw it on my shelf, I thought that I have got to show this tonight. It's because we're buying Christmas gifts, aren't we? This would make a great Christmas gift. It's still got the tag on it, and it's by this Susie Toronto. So it's a signed. I mean, she's somebody special, I guess. See, it's 2015, so it's not vintage. But look at there, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and of course, made in China. What isn't made in China these days? But amazing friends, and y'all, I feel this way about all of y'all here on District. I really do. It says I feel so blessed to have you in my life. We are alike in so many ways, yet different in so many others. It seems to give a wonderful balance to the sometimes wild, wacky lives that we lead. Whether we're giggling or whining or crying, we always seem to have uh, more fun than anyone should be allowed to. What a match we make. Two wild, wacky, wonderful women together riding in the front of the roller coaster of life, and having the time of our lives. And I can't think of anyone I'd rather do it with than you're such a wonderful blessing, a fabulous friend, kindred spirits, kindred souls. Oh, all right. I'm going to start that auction. I think I've got it running at $3, and it is new with the tag. It'd make a great Christmas present. It's even got stuff written all around on the inside of it. What a wonderful thing to bless a friend with. Anybody interested in this Susie Toronto? I bet Miss Susie is and what a great illustrator she is. I like that. Okay, this mug is ended. I'll put it right there in case somebody comes in and sees it and says, "Hey, tell me about that mug." All right. The next item is back here behind me, and it is this frame that has been sitting on my in my guest bedroom for the longest time, and I don't know if I just couldn't decide on what photograph to put in it, but it'll take a 4x6, and it's a table topper. You can put it on a table. There's not any way to hang it on the wall. But boy, I tell you what, it is sturdy. You can see how thick it is, and it's like a resin, but it's got vines on it, so it qualifies as being part of nature's beauty. But I know that cardboard's ugly sitting there, but imagine a picture of your grandchildren or of your children or of your husband or of your mom or dad. And I've got this frame at just $2. It's never been used, just been sitting there waiting for somebody to say, I need that. Again, this would make a nice Christmas present. My grandkids every year they say, well, Granny, you giving us another picture of you? We like getting pictures of you, framed pictures of you, so we can put them in our bedroom. My grandboys know what to say. They're asking for a framed photograph of their grandma. Oh goodness. All right, this is ended. Y'all don't frame pictures of yourself and give pictures of yourself to your family. Am I the only one that does that? I tell them I don't want you to forget me. Oh goodness. All right. Well, the next item has to do with nature, and it is been one of my favorite books down through the years. I've enjoyed gardening and topiary. Uh, the art of topiary has always fascinated me. How you can prune up a plant into different shapes, and both indoor and outdoor plants. And so this book is the complete book of topiaries, and it tells you exactly how to trim stuff, what plants are best to use, and then frame making. Have you ever thought of, putting a frame in and guiding your plant up and around a certain shape? I know y'all have seen all of that. There's an old picture of that's been done in the past. Anyway, this is a great little book. This would make a nice gift too. It's paperback. It is vintage, 1987, and it happens to be a first edition, first printing. It's in good shape. I haven't marked it up. Um, the corners may have a bit of um, wear to them, but for $1.50, this is a neat little book for anybody that might be interested in doing topiary. Got any gardeners? Don't have any gardeners in the room? Well, the next couple items I've got have to do with also with gardening, so y'all just bear with me. This next one is a very famous gardener. It was This was the companion to the nationally acclaimed PBS television series. Y'all might be too young to remember the Victory Garden show on PBS. Well, that's Crockett. And the Victory Garden, he was like the expert on planting vegetables. And you plant vegetables year round. You're always doing something in your garden year round. And it's his way of gardening is they called it a victory garden because it was always successful. But what's neat about this book is that every month of the year it tells you what you should be doing. Let's look and see what February. Let's see what February looks like. There's December coming up. Yeah, I should tell him talking about how to deal with bulbs. But let's look at November. Even so, it's vegetables and plants, uh, florals. All right, there's November. So it's telling you everything you should be doing in November and showing you how to do it. I don't know, Rachel. Y'all got snow. We haven't had our first freeze here yet. So my plants out of my patio are still blooming, but root vegetables and all. Anyway, this is, if you enjoy gardening and are serious about it, this is a good book for $1.50. It's a paperback, but it's also in real good shape, and I haven't marked it up. But this is pretty famous, the Victory Garden. Y'all have got snow up there. We haven't had snow down here in the South yet, and all the poor folks out on the West Coast are having that river of moisture, and they're calling it storm bombing. It's apparently there's a lot of water being dumped all at one time, and it's uh, part of the environment out there, especially California. They say they need the water to come. It's part. I mean, they expect this kind of activity every year, but lately there's been such a drought that now this water dumping, they're going to be having mudslides and everything else like they did in Western North Carolina. Crazy weather, isn't it? All right, this is ended. Thank you for looking at that. All right, well, let's see if you're interested in this one. This is a newer book. This is a newer book, and it is big. I'm going to have to get my camera back. This is not a paperback. This is a hardback. So this is a nice book. This could make a wonderful gift. It's in great shape, like brand new. And in fact, you can see the date on it. Let's see. Can't see the date unless I pull it up. All right, there's the date. It is, well, it's not showing, is it? It's not showing down there, is it? Let me tell you the date. This is a newer book. It is 2020. But look at the name. How our landscapes can be a source of environmental change. So if you are into, helping the environment and all of that, or have somebody in your family that's interested in it, this is the book. This was advertised, and yeah, I was so happy to get the book because I had just bought some acreage that has pastures, and I was wanting to let it go back to being like prairie with all the wildflowers. That's why I got this book, and I learned everything I need to learn from it. So now I'd like to pass it on, but it is this environmental thing of having, instead of cutting the grass all the time, is sowing wild flower seeds and letting that come up because of how it helps the bees and all of that stuff. Anyway, this is a really great book. This beautiful book shows us that guiding natural processes rather than fighting them is the key to creating healthier landscapes and happier gardeners, an essential addition to our knowledge of sustainable landscapes. All right. This book is a little bit more, but not much, $3, but it truly would make a nice Christmas present for anybody who, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I've got big fields. Mine is hay, and I had just paid nearly $200 to have it bush hogged because I've only been able to get the wildflowers going in one section. Isn't that pretty? But see, it's letting it grow, naturally. And of course, they don't advocate pesticides or anything like that. And that now my property looks a lot like that. There's a lot of those kind of grasses in it. Isn't that pretty? I like that natural look. Of course, I like the English cottage look too. But when you've got acreage outside, look at that. It's really natural looking in it. Okay, this is ended. All right. Maybe it this will all be in my bite now, so you can find these books later if you change your mind. Okay, I got one last book, and then we'll move on to other stuff. This is from the National Audubon Society. Um, it's the North American Wildflower book. This is also a hardback, and let me get it pulled over. Move to stage. We can't see the entire description. Yeah, 1984, and this is a first edition. But y'all, the photographs are exquisite, and these are flowers, wildflowers now that are distinctive to North America. So this is, again, I hate to keep repeating myself, but this would make a nice Christmas present to someone who's into flowers and especially wildflowers. All right, starting the auction on that. Got for $2, and it's in excellent shape. The dust jacket's in good condition. The National Audubon Society. Okay, y'all are mighty quiet, and I don't mean that you're not bidding. I'm just y'all are mighty quiet out there. Is everybody tired on Saturday night? Have you exhausted yourself? Oh, me. Okay, that has ended. All right, what have I got next? It's not a book. Oh, this is going to be fun. Y'all, I brought this back from Italy. I bought it on the Amalfi Coast, which is on the western shore south of Rome. And um, you're exhausted, bless your heart. Well, I can remember when my kids were young. I stayed exhausted a lot, but you're young. You get you a good night's sleep. You'll be okay. Um, I was saying that I bought this on the Amalfi Coast, all along that western shore of Italy, down to the south, down going down towards Naples, or lemon trees are just everywhere. I mean, you drive and they're hanging down. You're driving under them and through them, and they make a very special liqueur there called limoncello, and I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. You can get it here, but that is their aperitif. They use it as an aperitif to have after they've eaten a heavy meal. They'll have a glass, little small glass of limoncello. And it is good. It's very good. But this is a ceramic tile. It hangs on the wall. It is signed, sort of signed. It's um, that says that it was made in Luciano, Italy, and that's the name of the little town. You can find that on the Amalfi Coast, Luciano, in Italy. And but it is like for hanging keys up. That's what I've been using it for. So I've got it for $3. It's ceramic, beautiful glaze. Look at that butterfly. Anybody interested? Hey, Curry. How are you, girlfriend? I've been dropping in and out of your shows lately. I don't even think you noticed me. I was just poking my nose in, and then I'd go on and do what I was doing, and then I'd come back to check on you again. Oh, I miss our late nights, but I tell you what, I've been trying to get a full night's sleep lately. You stay up way too late. Oh, goodness. All right, this is ended. Thank you for looking at that. My key holder. All right, this next thing is another special thing in my heart. Look at this. This is you can see the size of it. It's an acrylic painting, and of course, everybody knows that's cardinals. But it's by a friend of mine. Her name is Camille Owens, and she lives here in Georgia. And she's just the sweetest thing. She's got a very distinctive style that includes somewhat of an outline. She's an illustrator first and a painter second. So a lot of her paintings look like illustrations. Uh, oh, I was just looking over here to my right. I've got I've got some other paintings of hers up on my shelf here, and I don't see them at the moment. But anyway, I thought that I would pass this one along. It's one of my favorites. and certainly has to do with nature. Going to start that. That is a very good price. Her paintings this size sell from about $45 on up into the low hundreds. She's well established. I always love when you come check on me. I get over there in your room, Curry, and I get so competitive playing those games that you do. I enjoy it. All right, any interest in Camille's three cardinals? She just did a little dog on commission for somebody, and it was cute as it could be. But anyway, this is one of my favorites. All right, that has ended. It's staying with me, and that's just fine. All right, this next item, I have really got quite a variety here tonight, so I hope y'all are keeping up with me here. It's not all one type of item, but this is a plate. It's a decorative plate, not something you would use to serve on. But I don't know about y'all, but I love anything that is Asian or Oriental, and have taken studio classes in watercolor and in ink drawings, where we learned how to create the bamboo. There's a technique for it, and I have got piles of paintings that I have done in a box somewhere that, and a good many of them are this Oriental bamboo look. But anyway, this is not marked. It had a label, but by the time I got it, it was already off. But it has one little boo boo on the glaze. It's right there, right on the bottom. But for $3, this is a handsome plate. It's 10 inches, good size. So if you like something Oriental, and by the way, I'm going to run next. I've got a frame that matches it. I'll run it next. Anybody interested in this decorative plate? All right, that has ended. Okay, put that down. All right, let me run the frame next. It's the same artist, and the this is a 4x6, and it is not for hanging on the wall. It is for a table display, and I've got it for $2. Anybody interested in the frame? This is ceramic. It's quite nice. Got anybody special you want to put a picture of or give this as a gift? Who else in here besides Curry? I don't know if Rachel's still in here. She's probably gone to bed. Marissa, Amy, you still in here? All that stuff? Are you still in here? Are you still in here? All that stuff over on YouTube? Rachel's still here. Bless your heart. All right, that has ended. Thank you for looking at that. This next thing is another frame, and I think it's the last one of the night. But it was back there with those other two frames, and it is new in the box. It's not quite vintage, but it's another thing about friends. That, remember, the mug was about friends. Well, here's another one that is 4x6 within the mat, and 5x7 if you were to take the mat out. And I haven't ever taken it out of the box to see if it's something you could hang up on the wall. See, I mean, it's sealed, and I'm hesitant to open it up because if you were to buy this and use it, give it as a gift for Christmas, I don't want to open it up. So for sure it's made so it'd sit on a table. Um, while y'all are looking at that, let me lean that up right there. All right, that's running. I'm going to get something off my shelf while y'all are looking at that. I'm going to get up. I'm going to be right back. Hope I can find what it is I'm looking for. Well, but when you go to look for something, normally you can put your hands right on it, but I can't find what I was looking for. I had a picture, a framed picture of me with some of my teaching colleagues from, oh gosh, 20 years or so ago. And we're all lined. This picture reminds me of it because what we did is we took the picture we had a faculty party or something, and we were all dressed up in tuxedos, even the women. And there was about 10 of us, and we were in a row, and somebody got a really cute picture of all of us and our expressions on our face, we all being goofy. But we put it in frames like this to celebrate our being not just colleagues, but friends also. And I have kept that all these years, and now well, I can't find it now. I was going to show it to you because it is typical of this type of thing. And what a joy it was. I didn't know we were going to get that. I knew they took the photograph, but they didn't say the guy that did it. He didn't tell everybody that he was going to put it in frames and give it to everybody as a gift. Each one of us got one. But it blessed me so much. So I was thinking of that when I picked this up to use it tonight. So meant 5 p.m. Rachel didn't go to bed. It's 5 a.m. Central Time. What? Rachel didn't go to bed. It's 5 a.m. Central Time. It's not, is it? It's p.m., right? Curry, don't mess with my mind. Oh, you meant 5 p.m. Earlier you said, who's still in the room? Curry's here. I don't know if Rachel's still here. She might have gone to bed. Okay. But you were messing with my mind, girl. I thought, am, am I on at 5 o'clock in the morning? My sleep has been so messed up that I genuinely thought for a second that what you were saying could be true. Oh, goodness gracious. It's been a long day, Curry. All right, this next item is another new in the box item. And the claim to nature, though, is look at the title Blossom Trivet. This is made out of silicone, and it is exactly what it says it is. It is a trivet that looks like a big floral design. But here's all the ways that you can use it. You can use it as table decor if you're into yellow. It can be used as a trivet, as a hot pad, as a coaster. And apparently, it will fold itself up into that for it to be stored, which is kind of wow. But this little item has never been taken out of the box, and I've got it for $1. Anybody interested? Hey, Valdez, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Uh, I got started a little early tonight. So I've already been running for about 30 minutes and I was only supposed to start at 6. I'm probably going to run out of stuff to show. I'll just have to show everything again. Some of you haven't seen the first stuff I showed. All right. Anybody, this is ended. No, nobody needs a big yellow blossom in their kitchen or in their on their dining room table. Oh goodness. All right. This next item is what you might call ephemera, although it is a book. And if Rachel were in here, she'd recognize this because I think I bought it from her. And I have enjoyed it, but now because it so appropriately has to do with our theme, this is Garden Flowers of Autumn. And this is an antique. This was published in 1917, y'all. And it's a little pocket thing that you would carry around. Um, people that are into spotting different flowers and like people that look for butterflies or bugs or rocks or that kind of thing. That's what this would have been used for. It's got a little bit of wear on the spine, but uh, it's a sweet little book that's a Jackman Clementis. That's a Virgin's Bower. So I guess you'd walk through the woods and check off, find it. There's a cosmos. Now I've had cosmos in my garden before. Y'all ever planted? Mother used to grow that. It's a perennial. I like perennials. Cotton Easter, hawthorn, Powell's Cape Lily, Larkspur. Have you ever had larkspur in your garden? Dahlias. I bet y'all have all had dahlias in your gardens. Wild cucumber. There's a hardy sunflower. Anyway, this is, look at the end papers. That's an old English garden, I bet. And it looks like somebody loved this book. It's not been written in, though. It doesn't even have anybody's name. Sometimes old books will have people's names, but this one's clean. Well, I'm starting this one. This is a little pricey because it is an antique. It is a um, bona fide piece of ephemera. $32. John Knapp, how can you bid? You're over on YouTube. You would need to come to this website right here, lilyworksjewels.com, which is district. And once you get there, they'll ask you to sign up. You can do it real quickly. I mean, real quickly, and you will find the live show under Lilyworks. And there's only one live show going, and that's mine, this one. And you just click on it, and it'll bring you right in to where you are now, except that you'll be able to bid like everybody else. So, John, you do that. I've often had people come from YouTube and make it real quickly over here so that you can bid. But you're welcome to stay in YouTube and just watch if you'd like to. But I encourage you to download that app. It's an app called District, and it doesn't take but two shakes to get signed up. And there's a lot of different marketplaces. It's Jennifer Jen, like Jennifer Jen. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Oh, that's an E. JENH. I'm sorry. My old bifocals. I was seeing John. Okay, Jen. Anyway, Lilyworks is just one of the marketplaces. District is a platform where there's a lot of marketplaces, and each one they all sell different stuff. And Lilyworks sells vintage jewelry and collectibles and antiques. And so, what you're seeing in my show tonight are vintage items. And this is an antique, this little book. But there's others tonight in this train. We're doing a 1 hour show train that are selling, most of them are selling jewelry, vintage and antique jewelry. So anyway, Jen, come, come over. We did enjoy having you. Okay, this is ended. And let me put it back over here. And the next item I've got is um, we have to get you over here so you can see. It's a scarf that's floral. Hold on, I'm trying to move the camera over here so you can see this mannequin. Well, I need to back it up. It's this black scarf that has all these pink and red and burgundy tones of flowers. And let me just take the phone off my stand. I'm sorry it's wobbling. Just want to get up close so that you can see the fabric. All right. And it is 13 by 62. So it's one of these long, narrow scarves that you can wrap around your neck and knot or tie in a bow or just sling over the shoulder. And I'm starting the auction. This is just $1. This scarf is just $1. I love the flowers on it, and I like the combination of pink and black. Hey, Rachel, you're still here. Good. I have really enjoyed sharing some of my scarves from out of my collection. I've got a trunk full, so I'm happy to pass that one on to you. If you're going to wear that, that'll look good on you. All right, thank you. And I think the next item, I've only got two tonight. But the next one is the scarf also. Let me get it over here. I've got to put it up there. So this is going to Miss Rachel. And the other one is the most glorious shade of red you will have ever seen. Part of the scarf is this shiny, um, I don't know what kind of fabric that is. I don't know if it's not a taffeta. But some of it is shiny with all these beautiful embroidered flowers. And then the rest of the fabric is this like voile, so you can see through it. There's a butterfly, and it's also one of these rectangular long. Let me get it wrapped around this mannequin so that you can see. It's really quite long, and I would probably end up, let's see, hang on just a minute. I'm going to pull it up one side up so that this part shows. Are y'all seeing this? Okay. And then this would go around and it could come on around and show off the other. Oh, look at that. All right, let me pick the phone up. Look at that. It's just the most beautiful fabric and the color combinations. That is quite lovely. This would really be dressing up in the evening. And I have this one also. This one's $3 because it's a lot more elaborate with all this embroidery. It's got a great feel to it, and it's quite large. It's 20 wide by 27 isn't right. I think it's 57. It's quite long. I think I put the wrong size in there. But it's actually got a tag somewhere. Angie. It's got a name on it somewhere. Well, wouldn't you believe I wouldn't be able to find it? It's hiding. Well, I know there's a tag. Come on. There it is. It's right in front of me. There is the tag, the label, Frangie. All right. Well, that has passed. Thank you for looking at it. I just think it's gorgeous, and it certainly got the theme of nature with its butterflies and its flowers. Oh, goodness. Let me come back over here and put you on the stand. Sorry. I know that's frustrating to be jerked around. I'm sorry about that. Okay. All right. The next item that I've got is something totally different. And it is this old vintage teacup. And I have paired it with a pair of well, let me show you the teacup first. And it is definitely floral. It's got birds on it. There's the inside. It's a little small, like Demitask. And it says on the back, made in France, Haviland Limoges. All right, that's the name. So there is the cup, but I'm pairing it with a pair of I think these are almost antique. I believe these date back to the 30s or the 40s. Uh, my mother got these at an antique shop, and that's the only little stain that I have seen on them. Mother didn't try to get it out, but anyway, I thought that these go to a tea, and you've got your gloves on. So I'm going to start that. $18 for the tea cup and the matching vintage gloves. This would be like a little vignette. I don't know that I would buy it to drink out of. See anybody collect cups, teacups, and saucers? All right, that has ended. Well, thank you for looking at that. The next thing is another tea item, and it's this right here. This is one of these mugs that has a cover on it to keep your tea warm, and it's got holes in it to let the steam rise out, but you could seep your tea bags in this and cover it up. And on the bottom it says made in China. But I have had this since the 80s, so I know it's vintage. But isn't it gorgeous? I just think the pattern on it is so pretty. And it's just $4. So if you like having a mug that has a cover for steeping your tea, this is it. There's no flea bites. It's clean as a whistle. Welcome in, everybody that's in here. Okay, that has ended. Thank you for looking at that. Put that over there. All right, the next item is this plate that is right over here. And this is just a decorative plate. But what's special about it, besides the wonderful botanical illustration that is the design on the front, is who it's made by. This is a Royal Cauldron. It's called Bristol Ironstone. This is ironstone. The flour apparently is rock porcelain, but it was made by England's oldest pottery company that was established in, look at that, 1652. So either the Royal Cauldron, those of you that collect vintage and antique porcelain and china ceramics, we might be, I'm sure, familiar with that name and with their logo. But look at that. It was established in 1652, England's oldest pottery. And this is a beautiful example of it. Look at the texture on this out here and beautiful drawing. All right, starting that. I've got this for $10. And if you like white, anybody interested in this decorative plate? All right, that is ended. Okay, next item is this piece right back here. This is made by Westmoreland. Make room for it here. This is made by Westmoreland. It's satin glass. It's a covered candy dish or whatever you might want to keep in it, but traditionally it's a candy dish. It's got a great sunflower on it. It reminds me of Bristol ware from out of England, but it is Westmoreland. It's what they call satin glass. I wonder if this thing, if it glows. Let's just, I don't think it does, but let's just see. Ooh, well, it's picking up, I think, just the glow of the, well, that's white. So it's just picking up the glow of the UV light. It's pretty, isn't it? All right. So there are no chips or dings on it. It's in great condition. And this is vintage. And the name is Yellow Mist. And it's running. And it is $24. It is a collectible name. And the glass, I think the yellow in a satin is not typical. I think I've seen it in blue and green, but I think the yellow is gorgeous. All right, that has ended. Well, thank you for looking at that. I'll put it right back there. Okay, the next item is a pair. They're both the same, obviously. It's a pair. These are what I call small plates. Probably technically they're bread and butter plates, but I have a huge collection of them, and very rarely do I have two of them. This is rare. Usually I collect just one, and I use them when I serve, even though I don't particularly like all matching china. My table is set very eclectically. I even use odd pieces of sterling silver flatware, different pieces of crystal for the glassware. I just like the eclectic table setting, and that not everybody's into that. But because of that, I end up having one of a lot of different patterns. I'll buy the pattern if it interests me. I can afford one plate, don't have to buy the whole set. But I enjoy these for sitting around or to bring out like a serving of cake for dessert or to bring out a serving of cookies or when you're entertaining and you don't just pick up something small. So I enjoy these, and this pair is only $4. That's $2 a plate. And the name on the back of them is Swallow, and it is fine bone china. And there's no dings or flea bites on either one of them. Eclectic table set up. Yeah, even my cloth napkins are all different. The only thing that unites them are maybe all the same fabric or like all different gingos or calicos or uh, something that ties them together, but they're all going to be different colors. So everybody has then at the table their own special place where they choose where they want to sit, and so we're all together at the table, but we're all different. I just enjoy it. And then, of course, the only thing that unites us is we all have turkey and dressing and cranberry sauce and sweet potato casserole and squash casserole and green beans. All right, this is ended. Thank you for looking at those. These plates are some of my favorite. In fact, I've got another little plate to show you. Now, this is a little trinket dish, but it is not only carrying our nature beauty theme with the flowers, but this is Staffordshire. This is Jason Works, Namrick Pottery, Fine Bone China, Staffordshire, England. And I'm pretty sure I actually bought this in England. I've got some different sets of friends that have lived in England or traveled to England, and they'll bring gifts back. But I think I actually bought this myself. Have always enjoyed that wildflower pattern. So this is just a little trinket dish. Sit it in your guest room on your bedside table. Curry likes it. I'd love to have even more dishes with this pattern. Just think I like that look. It's got a gold rim around the edge. Okay, that is ended, and Curry, that's coming home to you. Yay! Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, I've got another plate to show you, and this plate is from Czechoslovakia, and it's actually marked Czechoslovakia on the back. Let me make sure it's this one. Let's look at the plate first. Really delicate rose. And look, it's yellow and blue. My favorite, My kitchen is these colors. My walls are that pale yellow, and I've got blue oriental plates that are blue predominantly, but I've got red and green checkered curtains in there, and everything's white. All the cabinetry's white. So these are my colors, and it does say Czechoslovakia there on the back. I'm going to start that. This is just another $3 plate, little small plate, a little bit larger. You can see the trivet plate. It's a little bit larger. It's probably a bread and butter plate technically, but I love these. It's just one of my favorites. And so many of us have Czech jewelry, but how about having a plate from Czechoslovakia? All right, that is ended. And I think the next item is another, yes, it's this last small plate. And look at this one. Now, even just looking at that design, could you guess that this is French? Look at that. Rococo. Doesn't it look like Rococo with those asymmetrical swirls? That delicate little pink rose. And it is indeed Limoges, France. And there's the name something Regency. And I've got this little small plate also for $3. It's got a gold rim on it. Okay, 2 seconds, 1 second. All right, thank you for looking at that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and look at this one. It's not the next thing in the order, but I'm gonna pull it up anyway because it's also porcelain, and it is. Let's see what it says on the back. It says Lefton. This is Lefton, China. Lefton, China. There's the pattern number, but this is the chintz pattern. Love it. Oh gosh, I love that color. So this could be trinkets, or it could be nuts, or candies, mints. And this one's a little more expensive. Lefton. It's a signed Lefton piece, and their famous chintz pattern. I like ribbon, the ribbon ripples look around the edge. All right, that has ended. Okay, thanks for looking at that. All right, moving to something totally different. Um, Something totally different. Stick that back over there. Get it out of the way. I've got a book that is one of the most fascinating books. I fell in love with this Susan Branch. First of all, because she's an illustrator, and there was a time in my life that I had worked besides teaching. I worked on the side as a graphic designer. I actually was a graphic designer before I became an art teacher, but I've always enjoyed book illustration, and so I got to know this Susan Branch because I liked her technique, and secondly, at the same time that I came across her, I was falling in love with the Cotswolds in England. And she advertised that she was going to take a trip to the Cotswolds, and that she was going to journal her trip. And this book, that looks like tickets in there, but it's not. This book is it's a facsimile of her actual journal, and all the little tickets and stuff that she brought back. And she got her title from this song that has to do with Jane Austen. But the entire book, she actually wrote it. I don't think this is typeset. I believe she actually, with a felt marker, wrote this entire thing. And I'm going to show you. Look at this. every because she was doing a YouTube thing also, like she was vlogging, okay, and I was watching. Oh, I was so caught up in this trip. I wanted to go with her so badly, but she'd talk about at night. She would sit down and in her sketchbook, she would do these different pages based off of photographs and stuff that she'd taken, but her goal was to visit cottage gardens. That was one of her goals. And this one, in honor of Beatrix Potter, Ellen Terry, Vanessa Bell, blah, 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 blah. Rachel's backyard in every village in England where flower baskets line the street. She's dedicated this to. So this was the connection for us to flowers and gardens and nature. But if you like a quirky book, and her writing is really good, you just have to get used to the fact that it's not regular typeset. It's her. If you know Curry, it reminds me you've got a nice handwriting, and hers reminds me of yours. But look at her beautiful little watercolor illustrations. I'm just fascinated with this whole concept. And she's visiting this Beatrix Potter, where the house in England where she lived. She also visited where Jane Austen grew up. But y'all look at their illustrations. Look at that. Anyway, I have read it and I have enjoyed it, and it's put together like a journal. But the story that she weaves of her and her husband being there together. Anyway, it's a great story. It's a great book, and if you might enjoy reading it yourself, I've got it. It's a hardback, obviously, for $7, but it would make an awesome gift for anybody that you know that loves England, and in particular the Cotswolds. There's a lot of history woven into it, and there's a whole chapter on the different footpaths that you can take, and the recipes, the food that she was eating, the tea room she visited, the pubs, the Queen's Jubilee, Jane Austen, Beatrice Potter, New York to Southampton via the Queen Mary, 2 for Serenity Discovery Gardens in History. Oh, or if somebody's bid on it. Lizzie Kimbo, hi, you're a new name for me. You will not be disappointed in this book. Thank you for buying that. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're going to enjoy that. You will enjoy that. All right. The next book, the next item is another book, and it's very different from the last one. It's a particular niche. Not everybody might be interested in this, but this is called Farming and Gardening in the Bible by Alistair McKay. It's just a little paperback, and it is vintage. I mean, look, the pages have yellowed, but it's in, except for that pencil mark right there, it is unmarked, and it is from, this Spire edition was published in April 1970, but it was actually written in 1950. It was first published, but it's, if you've ever been interested in these topics here of things that are referred to in the scriptures, the farmer's year. There's a lot here that can help you understand the scriptures, how they made their perfumes and spices and ornaments. You hear about the bulrushes. Anyway, it is very informative, and it's all of the plant life that would be from Israel today, that's native to the land there. So this little paperback I've got for just $1. So if you are interested in that topic, There is a little bit of wear, shelf wear there to the spine, but the spine is definitely intact. There's no problem with it coming apart. There's a lot of farming references in the scriptures, and it helps to be able to read something like this. It opens up the scriptures and gives you better understanding. What did Jesus mean when he said, "I am the vine, and you are the branches," and watch for the budding of the almond tree. What do those things mean? All right, that's ended. I've got one more book that's kind of similar, but it's a hardback. That was a paperback. This is a hardback. And let me pull this to stage so that you can see the all right. And it's the plants of the Bible. That's a date tray. The dates are mentioned in the scriptures. And this is there's a pomegranate. Ever, not everybody's had a pomegranate. Have you had a pomegranate before? They are really sweet. All right, this book is from first published 1982. 1982, but it's gonna go item by item and talk about like all the plants that are in Israel in the Holy Land that are referred to in Scripture. Flowers of the field, drug spices, incense, and perfume. What did they use to make the temple anointing oils? Poison, hemlock. Anyway, interesting study book. Uh, got somebody in your family that's interested in studying the Bible, this would make a nice gift for Christmas. And it's only $1.50 for a hardback in very good condition. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you in here. All right, that has ended. Thank you for looking at that. All right, let's see what I've got left here now. Okay, this is something totally different. Where is it? Here it is. This is a little trinket box, and it ties into our theme because it has a floral transfer on it. This is, excuse me, ceramic with this gold tone filigree trim, and it is a little jewelry seller or jewelry box. It's lined. Take that out of there. It's lined in that's that is a type of velvet. Yeah, it's velvet. And this is old. It's old. It's probably back to at least the 50s. And going to start this. I've got it for $9. It actually is, if you look at comps, the comps are 20 or more. So I've priced it really well if you ever want to resell it. But if you collect little jewelry boxes, I guess you could call this a trinket box, but it's more like a little chest. It's designed like a little chest. Southwest Arizona. If you'd like to, if you'd like to, Kirkshire, thank you. You have won that. Yay! So awesome. I'll put that over there with Curry's little trinket dish. This book is for sale, but for you to be able to buy it, I do too. I've got a huge collection. And one day I'm going to do a show just on, and it's not just trinket boxes. I've got big, big boxes, that are decorative and tins and stuff. I've got a huge collection. I love them. Over on YouTube, Southwest Arizona, if you're interested in this book, you need to come to, you know, give me a second to direct him. You need to come to this website right here from out of YouTube. You need to come here, and this is going to take you to a platform called District, and they're going to want you to sign up with District, which only takes it. You can do it real quickly. And I think you have to leave like a credit card, debit card on, because you're going to be bidding, like on this book, to buy it. But once you get signed up, it should bring you to this live show that's in this marketplace called Lilyworks. That's where you will find me, and I am Pack Rat Queen. All right, but I'm the only live show going right now under Lilyworks. So that's where you need to go to be able to purchase this. Okay, thank you, thank you so much. And listen, let me just tell you, if no one buys this tonight, this will go from being in this live auction into my store under Pack Rat Queen. You need to remember my name, Pack Rat Queen. There it is, right there on your phone or however you're watching me. Um, it'll be in my store in what we call my Buy It Now, and you can find it there after tonight. Give me about a day to get it over in there, but you'll be able to come back to District, 2 or 3 days later, and find it if you would like to have it. And it'll be the same price as what I ran it tonight. So I hope that helps you if you're really, really interested in it. A lot of folks do that. They'll go straight to the Buy It Now in the store to buy it. Okay, let's see what we're looking at next. Oh, okay. I had a puzzle at the very beginning of my show, the very first item, and Rachel bought it. But I've got one more puzzle. But this is a very unique puzzle in that it is for regifting. Once you work the puzzle, I did this puzzle and now it's your turn. And so what you do is you put the date that you put it together, and then you regift it or share it. And the goal is to keep it moving. So it's like you put it together, then you take it apart and put it back inside this bag. You give it to a friend, and they mark it down. Then they give it to a friend. So it'd make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas. And the pieces are wooden. The pieces are wooden, and I've not worked it, so it's still in the bag. I've got puzzles galore, so, but this is what it looks like. It's 250 pieces, and it's floral. That's how I decided to bring it into this show. So this cute little puzzle is started now, starting bid of $3, and it comes in this little bag. Uh, and so, if you want something unique for a Christmas present, this is it. So, you put it together and then take it apart and put it back in this bag. Thank you, Sharon. I thought somebody would enjoy this. And it's in great shape. I mean, it's no problem giving it as a gift. It's never been opened. All right, that is ended. And Sharon, you've won that. Thank you. Put that with your over here with your trinket box. Okay, the next item I've got is tiny, tiny, tiny. It is tiny. Y'all like miniature stuff? I do. this piece of lusterware. It's a basket, and the theme is it's got flowers on it. The most delicate, there's actually something written there, and I can't read it to save my life. I have looked and looked, can't read it, but this is a little miniature basket, and I've got it for $1. Unique piece of lusterware. If you just into miniatures, that's what this is. You have puzzles that are worth $150? Really? Wow. Do you like to put them together? I do. Oh, I can lose track of time and not get done things that I should do, like eat or sleep. And you have won this little basket. Thank you. I just think that is so sweet. And come Easter time, this would be a sweet decor for Easter. Put that with your box. Thank you. Appreciate that, Sharon. All right, the next item is another little miniature, and it's this little shoe. And there are folks that collect these shoes. These were my mother in her collection. Mother collected them. But look at the beautiful floral. The name on it, I can't read. I can't read what it says, but there is something on it. But anyway, I've got this little ceramic shoe started for $1.50. And by the way, I have another one that's different, or I would have run them together, but the other one's different. But isn't that pretty? All things lovely. Thank you. This is your first bid tonight. Mother had so many, and they were all different. And I have gradually been selling them and have gotten down to just a few. Thank you. I'm so glad you're getting that. Appreciate that. All right. Put that there. Well, here is this other one. You can see got a different pattern. Let me get it to the stage. All right, it's running. It's the same for $1.50. Oh, that's great. You're going to have both of them if somebody doesn't bid against you. All right. Yay. You've got both of them. Awesome. I like that. That's awesome. All right. The next item is another box. Let me get over here to it. This is a alabaster box. And it's this particular color of alabaster I think is so pretty. It looks yummy enough to eat. It reminds me of fudge for some reason. Um, um, Maple fudge is my favorite, and this reminds me of maple fudge. But it's a lidded box, and look at the fretwork, and all of that has been carved. There's no markings on it. I'm not sure where it came from, but I've got it for $3, and you can see the size on it. It's 4 by 6, pretty substantial. Alabaster box. That's talked about in the scriptures too. But I just think, look at that. How in the world they carved that. It's amazing. All right. Sharon, you have won that too. Awesome. Okay. Stack your boxes over here together. All right, well, I've got 5 more minutes, and I have gone through my entire list. I actually got started 30 minutes early tonight by unexpectedly, but that's okay. That I came in early. The This is a train, and we're supposed to keep the train going, so I had to just. I was getting ready to. I sat down since I had 30 minutes before my show was supposed to start at 6, and I was going to eat supper. And this was my supper. These are Mexican, and they're cold. Now I'm going to have to heat them back up. But I sat down to eat them, and then all of a sudden, the gal in front of me had to quit. Something came up, she had to quit. And so instead of just having dead air for 30 minutes, I just came on early, but it caught me unawares. But that's okay. I've got a couple of things that I can show again, and some of you are probably new in the room. There's one in particular, is this right here. This is a towel that I picked up on the Amalfi Coast in Luciana, Italy. That says "Made in Luciana, Italy," and you can hang it, and it is for keys. But it's the glorious lemon that all along the Amalfi Coast, if you've ever been, there's just lemon trees everywhere with lemons hanging, and they make a liqueur or an aperitif. They use it as an aperitif called limoncello, and some of you may be familiar with it. You can get it here, but there's nothing like freshly made limoncello, freshly fermented limoncello there after a heavy meal of pasta to have that refreshing citric drink. And let me see if I can find this back in the items that and bring it back to the stage. Restart auction. Um, did it? Nope, I need to bring it to the stage. All right, this is started. I've got this for $3, and I brought this back with my hands in probably the 80s or the early 90s from the Amalfi Coast, and it's very practical for hanging keys. You don't have to hang keys on it, but it's a lovely little wall tile for anybody interested in this piece from Luciana, Italy. All right, that's ended. Well, thank you for looking at that and for letting me show it one more time. All right, well, everything that is here, my girlfriend mug, it's all going to go into the bite now, so you'll be able to find these items. I really had a mind for things that you could give as presents. So this is not vintage, but look at that. Look at those two girls. They're kindred spirits, too amazing, forever friends. I was trying to think of things that people could buy for gifts for Christmas, but all of that will be in my buy it now. It's time for us now to raid the next person in the train. And I want to thank everybody for coming and staying with me, and all of you that made purchases, and all of you that bid. And as I always say, God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. And y'all go on and love up on the next person in the train, which is Sharon. All right, bye.